The U.S. economy is a highly developed mixed economy. It is the world's largest economy in terms of nominal GDP and net wealth, and it is the world's second largest economy in terms of purchasing power parity, PPP. Per capita GDP ranks USA at the 5th position in the world on 2021. The United States has the most technologically powerful economy in the world, and its companies are at the forefront of technological progress or are about to do so, especially in artificial intelligence, computers, pharmaceuticals, medicine, aerospace, and military equipment. The US dollar is the most widely used currency in international transactions and the most important reserve currency in the world. It has its economic, military, petrodollar system, the eurodollar linked to it, and a huge national debt market. Some countries use it as the official currency, while others use it as the de facto currency. The main trading partners of the United States are China, Canada, Mexico, India, Japan, Germany, South Korea, the United Kingdom, France, and Taiwan. The United States is known as the world's largest importer and second largest exporter. This nation, a financial powerhouse, has signed free trade agreements with Australia, South Korea, Israel, and several other countries. The country's economy is based on abundant natural resources, developed infrastructure, and high productivity. It ranks 7th in the total value of natural resources and was estimated at $45 trillion in 2015. Among all OECD member countries, USA have the highest household income and median income. By 1890, the United States had surpassed the British Empire to become the most productive economy in the world. Being largest oil and gas producer in the world, it is the largest trading country and the second largest producer, accounting for 1/5 of the world's industrial production. The United States not only has the largest single commodity market, but also dominates trade in services. Among the 500 largest companies in the world, 121 are headquartered in the United States. The country has the largest number of billionaires in the world, with total net assets of $3 trillion. In August 2020, the assets of U.S. commercial banks were $20 trillion. In terms of stock exchange and trading volume, the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq are the largest exchanges in the world, while the U.S. foreign investment exceeds $5.6 trillion. In the international rankings of venture capital and global research and development funding, economy of United States has been ranked first. Consumer spending comprised for 68% of the U.S. economy in 2018 and 43% of labor income in 2017. It has the largest consumer market in the world. The country's labor market attracts immigrants from all over the world, and its net immigration rate is one of the highest. In surveys such as the Ease of Doing Business Index and the Global Competitiveness Report, the United States is one of the best performing countries. The U.S. economy suffered a severe recession during the economic crises from December 2007 to June 2009. However, real GDP regained the stable peak by the year 2011, net household wealth in the year 2012, non-agricultural employment in 2014, and fixed the problem of unemployment in 2015. In addition to these data, the United States had the second longest recovery period in 2018. But at the beginning of 2020, the U.S. economy fell into recession due to COVID-19 along with the entire world. The COVID-19 crisis is widely described as the worst global economic recession than the previously faced Great Recession. Employment and U.S. economy. In 2017, the United States employed approximately 160.4 million people, making it the fourth largest labor market in the world after China, India, and the European Union. The federal, state, and local governments have 22 million employees. The country's largest employers are small business organizations, which has 37% of American employees. The second largest share of the labor force are large companies, which employ 36% of the U.S. workforce. There are approximately 30 million small businesses in the U.S. minorities such as Hispanics, African Americans, Asian Americans, and Native Americans, which is 35% of the country's population, which own 4.1 million businesses in the country. Minority company sales are close to $700 billion and employs nearly 5 million workers in the United States. Among the employees of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, Americans have the highest median income. Profits and wages system. In February 2019, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York reported that 7 million U.S. residents delayed car payments for 3 months or more, a record high. Economists believe that despite the low unemployment rate, Americans still struggle to pay their bills. A survey conducted by NPR in May 2019 found that 40% of rural Americans have difficulty paying for healthcare, food, and housing. 49% of people cannot afford an emergency cost of $1,000. Experts said that the United States has seen a two-level recovery, with 60% of the population benefiting, while another 40% of the low-tier population has difficulty paying bills. Due to stagnant wages, rising housing costs, education and medical costs, along with increasing debt. A 2021 study by the National Low-Income Housing Alliance found that workers must earn at least $24.90 per hour to rent a standard two-bedroom house, whereas $20.40 for a one-bedroom house anywhere. Economic sectors of United States. The major industries of United States include petroleum, steel, automobiles, construction machinery, aerospace, agricultural machinery, telecommunications, chemicals, electronics, food processing, consumer goods, and mining. This nation leads the world in manufacturing of aircrafts, which represents a large portion of national industrial output. The United States produces approximately 18% of global industrial production. The growth of industries such as telecommunications, pharmaceuticals, aerospace, and heavy engineering, as well as the decline of low-skilled industries such as clothing and toys, have led to higher profit and higher wages in the United States. There has been controversy about whether the layoffs are American labor unions, foreign wage declines, or both. The federal government attempts to use monetary and fiscal policies. The monetary policy means to control of the money supply through mechanisms such as changes in interest rates, and fiscal policy means taxes and spending. This act of government is to maintain low inflation, high economic growth, and low unemployment. The core feature of the underground economy is to give the private sector economic freedom, which allows the private sector to make most economic decisions. In order to determine the direction and extent of production and participation in the underground economy and the judicial system, usually protecting property rights and enforcing contracts. Before the pandemic, the U.S. economy was in very good shape. The unemployment rate was low and inflation was also below the Federal Reserve's 2.0% target. But then growth fell by a staggering 31.40%. Since the Great Depression, such numbers have not existed. However, as the pandemic hit badly and a significant portion of the U.S. economy was closed, so the GDP growth fell during the COVID crisis by 31.40%. This unexpected crisis has caused degradation in the economy, which will cost some valuable time, effort, and activity to uplift the financial state to the peak. Furthermore, there has been adverse impact in the economy of United States due to the war with Afghanistan and Iraq. You can find link of the video down in the description section. Thank you for watching. Subscribe our channel World Facts to support us, and like this video as well. See you in another video. Cheers.